Salmon Marketing Tribal Fishers Handbook, improving the quality and safety of tribally harvested salmon through sanitation and proper handling. Seafood consumers have come to expect the highest quality in the salmon they purchase. To instill consumer confidence in product safety and quality, many of you are taking great care of the fish. This increase in the fish quality continues to increase the market value for tribally harvested salmon.
Since the beginning of time, salmon has been the main source of protein and food and sustenance for our people. Our brother the salmon dedicated his life so that we may have nourishment and we may have life. Historically and traditionally and culturally, we've always put the salmon as number one on our list of food, and we've taken care of him accordingly.
We take care of the fish as if we're taking care of a member of our family, a member or a part of our body. And it's always important that we respect the fish, because by showing them respect, we know that they'll always come back and return to us. There are three fundamental components to a successful salmon marketing program. The 3 R's checklist. 1. Harvesting a wholesome resource. 2. Mastering a reliable delivery system. 3. Developing strong business relationships. This DVD focuses on number 1, harvesting a wholesome resource. Proper handling. Clean fish and handling areas promote quality and positive consumer perception.
After every time you go out, you need to clean your totes and your boats for better quality and better prices.
And my husband and my family have been on the river for many years, and we have learned that keeping quality and sanitation of our salmon has been good for the marketing. We have always been able to get more for our salmon when our customers know that they are receiving good quality salmon.
To get the best price for your fish, you want to make sure that your fish has a long shelf life, and the best way to keep the shelf life long is to keep the fish clean, and that involves sanitation. And there are a number of simple things that you can do to make sure that your fish is sanitary and that your buyers are happy because they know that they're getting safe and clean fish from you. First things you want to do is to flush all of the contact surfaces that your fish might touch such with potable fresh water. This would include the cutting boards, totes, decks, knives, mats, gloves that you would use, rain gear, anything that the fish touches has to be clean.
And so what the fishermen do when we are not cleaning the sites at the first start of the season, then they go through and they clean up after themselves. And we appreciate it a lot. That helps us a lot.
A good sanitizing solution is 1/4 to 1/2 cup of chlorine bleach to 5 gallons of clean potable water. Also make sure that your chlorine bleach does not have any colors or flavors or aromas added to it, because these also are not food grade materials.
There are many activities, from the timely checking of the nets to the careful handling of fish, that impact the quality of the product. To increase the quality of gillnet salmon, nets should be picked often so the fish do not struggle in the mesh for a long time.
Handling your fish properly, like, don't pick them up by the tail. You don't want to separate the fillets. Don't try not to be rough with them.
There are 3 things that can happen to fish that don't necessarily show up when the fisherman has the fish in hand, that will show up later when the fish is either in the store or being processed. The first one I'd like to talk about is gaping. Gaping is a separation of the muscle tissue in the fish. The key things that cause gaping are high temperature and age, either in the net or age sitting around, and gaping reduces the value of the fish. This second picture shows blood spots on a fish. Lack of bleeding and rough handling can cause these blood spots to appear in the meat of the fish. Blood spots will greatly reduce the shelf life of this fish, making it, of course, less valuable. This third slide shows a fish that's been bruised. Bruising is simply a result of handling a fish roughly. Bruising can result from a fish being held by the tail, it can be a result of fish being thrown, or a fish can be stepped on in the boat. Any sort of rough handling can bruise a fish.
Well-treated salmon not only look better, but they are more valuable in the marketplace as a result of less damage to the flesh. Icing techniques. Ice preserves fish quality and ensures a safe product for your consumers. Well, we take the fish and we bleed it, we put it on ice, and we make sure that it's well taken care for.
You know, bleed them, ice them.
Slushing our fish right away helps, and I know we've been getting really good quality of the fish.
They're already sold, as you can see. They come out of slush. You notice how firm they are.
Columbia River slush ice. Take a clean, insulated tote, add 3 inches of water. To this, you'll add 3 to 5 pounds of salt. Dissolve it completely, and then begin adding your flake ice. Continue to add the flake ice, stirring in constantly until it's the consistency of a Slurpee. Once you've reached that stage, then you can begin adding your fish. Continue to add the fish until the point where your tote is full. And then top off with 3 or 4 inches of ice on top of the fish. This will ensure that your fish remain cold throughout transport.
One of the things that we've been working on for the past 4 or 5 years has been the development of a Hassett program. This is something that we've worked closely with the other tribes and staff here at CRITFC to help us develop this sort of process that allows us to ensure that tribal members fully understand what's all required in order to provide a high quality fish for consumers.
Your leadership as a tribal fishery by taking Hassett classes has put you in the top ranking in the United States among fishing communities. Several hundred fishers have taken Hassett programs over the past 10 years, and this indicates your dedication both to the safety and quality of the fish you harvest, your dedication to the community at large, and also your dedication to preserving this important natural resource that we have on the Columbia River.